You know, there are quite a lot of people who have criticisms that certain characters are depicted in a sexual manner. I understand their concerns, but what if the characters that are being depicted in a sexual manner is practically a part of their character? Take for example, Catwoman or Harley Quinn. Their character is all about the sexiness. A lot of their skills are manipulating people through their hotness. So without any of those things, they just don't feel like their own character. So now we have an article criticizing the depiction of Harley Quinn in the new film simply titled Batman and Harley Quinn.
Batman and Harley Quinn gives a big middle finger to the beloved anti-villain.
I'm not very sure. In what way do they give a middle finger to Harley Quinn? Let's find out, shall we?
There are plenty of things to be annoyed with about Batman and Harley Quinn. It looks cheap, it cuts more corners than it should, and it feels much more like an average TV episode than an actual movie. But the biggest problem is how much it cheapens Harley Quinn, turning a beloved character into an idiot meat skank. And those are the movie's words, not mine.
Harley Quinn is and has always been a little bit of a whore. This is her from the animated series.
Go away, I'm busy.
Oh, come on, Puddin'. Don't you want to rev up your Harley? Vroom, vroom.
And this is her from Batman Assault on Arkham.
Welcome back. Did you miss me?
What do you want?
I got an itch I thought you could help me scratch, cowboy.
Wow!
Oh, good start.
Oh, what the hell?
I think the right question that should be asked here is, what do you really want with Harley Quinn? What do you expect from her? How do you think the perfect depiction of her character would be? So far, she is very playful and crazy villain, but also really damn hot. That's a pretty accurate depiction of her character. I'm not sure what the real problem is.
But I am saying he should have done literally anything else but a movie that reduced Harley Quinn to tits, ass, and horniness. I mean, here's where we find our titular co-star.
Showing the image of...
Damn!
Fucking sold! Where can I get this movie?
I'd buy that for $1.
But for real though, if your view of a supervillain whose personality is basically playful kill crazy is the fact that she has tits and boobs, I think you're just inches of showing a little bit of insecurity in your part. I mean, writer, when you decided to tweet this...
This is what happens when men have creative control. A butt crack on the top of another butt crack.
Ignoring the fact that something like that can happen in certain viewing angles, especially considering how big someone's butt is. Ignoring the fact that you're projecting some inch of insecurity through this innocuous picture, I said women will basically do the same thing, which gone so popular because I also get the picture of Nightwing in another article in which the female writer said that he's putting his best feature forward. Trust me, ma'am, women will draw the most unrealistic asses as long as it can get their pussies wet. Hell, take a look at this. I mean, just...
Damn!
Anyway, back to the... Damn, where can I get this movie?
That's Super Babes, a Hooters-type bar where drooling men surround themselves with female servers scantily clad as heroes and villains. This is where we first see Harley Quinn, Melissa Roche, who is working undercover as, well, herself, in an effort to live a crime-free existence after getting out of Arkham.
Ooh, that's interesting. So Harley Quinn decided to become a hot waitress. Definitely suits her job, especially with her playful personality. This article tries so desperately to not sell this movie, but it did exactly the opposite. I'm sold. I'm buying this shit.
Nightwing is tasked with fetching Harley Quinn, heading home after a long shift of having men try to grab her ass. Literally, the first shot we see of Harley is from behind as she bends over to hand some perverts their burgers. Only Harley isn't interested in helping Nightwing, so she proceeds to knock him out and tie him onto her bed.
Where did I put my credit card?
She spends the first few minutes on their conversations talking about how annoyed she is that everyone treats her like a whore. Then she strips down to her underwear, pounces on the top of Nightwing, and insists they have sex.
You know, at this moment, the article has one job. This article should convince me in not buying this movie. And since this is coming from Gizmodo, they're not exactly good at convincing people because reading through this makes me want to buy the movie even more. So go ahead, article. Do your job. Scare me.
This can be viewed in one of two ways. Either it's a male gaze-based fantasy where the female character can't help but want to bang the guy so badly she'll force the situation, or it's borderline sexual assault.
Screw it.
Don't you laugh! He and Oliver, this is not funny!
No.
Oh god. Apparently pouncing on the top of Nightwing and insisting to have sex is considered sexual assault now. Also, male gaze-based fantasy. What are you even on, mate? Don't get me wrong, my male instincts definitely tell me that this movie is going to be the best thing ever, which does sort of prove your point, but if you're just gonna say, oh, this is a male gaze-based fantasy, that doesn't stop me from seeing this movie. That doesn't shame me at all. You can go on Twitter and say, oh, this movie caters into the most immature, most perverted individuals on this planet. How depraved of them to see these degenerative materials. I would go, shut up, you pretentious snob. Seriously, article, do better. Shame me more. I need to be punished for seeing this movie more. The article contains spoilers from the movie, so if you're interested in seeing this movie, don't read the spoiler content. I'll keep this video spoiler free, but trust me, none of the spoiler content can convince you on not seeing this movie at all.
Look, I'm not saying Harley Quinn can't be sexual. I mean, look at her relation-
No, that's what you're saying. Oh, you mean she needs to be sexual in a more nuanced, more mature fashion. She can't just shove tits and asses to everybody. That's just a very depraved, immoral behavior. Oh, shut up, you pretentious snob. I don't want your nuanced or mature depiction of sexuality. There's nothing wrong with good old shoving tits and asses, especially with a character as hot as Harley. Everybody would definitely enjoy it. Again, please convince me in not buying this movie. The plot is not that great, it's a straight-to-DVD movie. They aren't exactly cinematic quality. So far, your criticisms are, Harley Quinn shoves her tits and asses, and that's bad. Somehow.
But this PG-13 flick isn't interested in exploring Harley's sexuality. It just wants to show you her in her underwear, or have a close-up of her jiggling boobs.
And somehow this is wrong. You still cannot explain what's wrong with this. Seriously, go ahead and explain to me what's wrong with Harley Quinn showing her tits and ass.
And Batman and Harley Quinn doesn't even have a decent enough story to even pretend it's more than fan service. Maybe the plot would satisfy a kid like the lesser Batman the Animated Series episodes, but it's way too objectifying to let a kid watch it. Harley Quinn deserves a lot better than this movie, and after the Killing Joke debacle, DC fans deserve a lot better too.
Okay. Now let's, for the sake of argument, assume that I agree with you. The tits and asses are way too much. Can you explain to me what is better? How to be better? In what way can these characters be depicted better in your eyes? Make her less sexy? Okay, how can you do it differently? What do you want with Harley Quinn? The comics that you showed previously, you don't show exactly how her depiction is good in those. You just slap those comics and go, yeah, these comics did them well. How? How did they do them well? Seriously, I'm starting to get really pissed off with people saying, this can be better, we deserve better, without even clearly defining how to make it better. Characters shove their tits and asses too much in a movie that has nothing but fan service. It's like complaining that porn has sex scenes or something. So I don't know, Miss Elderkin. Please define to me what you really want. Before we end this video, huge thanks to Dijuan Jackson and Brian Thomas for the donations. You guys are fantastic. That's all for the video today. If you like this, you can go ahead, click like button, and subscribe for more. If you wish, you can support me on Patreon. And thanks for watching.